Check it. So liberals are literally losing their entire mind, body, and soul over Kash Patel being selected as the new FBI director. I haven't seen a backlash this great since Trump was elected for president the first time, right? The first time.
Andrew, I just want to start first with you and just get your reaction to this news tonight.
Yeah, well, it's a terrible development for the men and women of the FBI and also for the nation that depends on a highly functioning, professional, independent Federal Bureau of Investigation. The fact that Kash Patel is profoundly unqualified for this job is not even like a matter for debate. So I think what we should really be thinking about right now is, what does this signal in terms of Donald Trump's intent for the FBI? The installation, or the nomination, I guess we should say at this point, of Kash Patel as FBI director can only possibly be a plan to disrupt, to dismantle, to distract the FBI, and to possibly use it as a tool for the president's political agenda. And, you know, as an organization, we know what that looks like. This country has been there before, right? The pre-Watergate FBI, the J. Edgar Hoover FBI, struck fear in the hearts of Americans across the spectrum of politicians, people in entertainment, people in the civil rights community, because the director operated at the direction of presidents to collect political intelligence and to utilize the legal authorities, the investigative authorities of the FBI to terrorize.
Look at how much they're panicking. Look at how much they're losing their minds over this small appointment. They don't know what to do with themselves. I have not seen, like I said, liberals panic this much since the first Trump election. Kash Patel is everything that we need. And I'm going to tell y'all what. I'm very happy to see this appointment. And you can give me some slack, but I like that he's a brown person. I like that he's Indian. Why? I've seen a lot of racism against Indians lately. And to me, I've said it before, I don't understand where it's coming from, why it's coming. What's the disdain against Indians? Why do people just have all of this hate against India? I think that we do need more people in positions of power to kind of like cleanse up that racism. I am a black person, but I don't believe racism for any kind should exist. And I feel like the racism against Indians is a lot higher than it has been in my lifetime. I am so happy to see this. I'm so happy to see President Trump moving forward. I'm so happy to see different races hold positions of power and change the narrative for their people. It doesn't have to be black. It can be white or anything. I'm just so happy to see an administration represent people from different ethnicities, different cultures, and show how us being in the United States, we have united. Although we're separate states, we are united under one ideology, under one constitution. And it represents that when we have these different races come in and play these major roles. Great work to President Trump. And I'm super excited for this. And I'm even more excited just because how the left is losing their mind over this appointment.
And intimidate Americans. So the question is that where we're going back to with this nomination? I would argue that Kash Patel would be the perfect person for Donald Trump to nominate if that's in fact his intent for the FBI.
Then we need to decrease what I call government creep with personnel.
So you saw CNN just now break and lose their minds over Kash Patel. What I'm playing for you right now is why they're afraid of Kash Patel. Look at the type of person he is. Look at how he keeps the deep state accountable. Oh, it's time to get excited. There's a reason why everyone on the internet is losing their freaking minds about this appointment. I don't know if you guys are seeing what he's saying. So Kash Patel has said right here that if he was to run the CIA, FBI, whatever, he would close down their building and send them out to go be police. He says that he would turn it to a museum of the deep state. He wants to break down the system that exists and doesn't serve us. I remember as a kid seeing the FBI put up lists for these real criminals, real demonic people that should have been found. I'm being honest. I'm turned 30 years old this year, and I don't even see a list of the FBI most wanted. Nigga, I don't know who the terrorists are anymore. I remember seeing lists of terrorists, of criminals, of the absolute worst in America. And then I started to see the list being compiled of conservatives on it. After J6, oh, how the mighty have fallen. We need a retribution. We need a renaissance of the FBI. And Kash Patel is here to bring it. He's someone that's not going to play games with them. You got to understand, he's coming off a position of the Secretary of Defense. If you don't think that is good experience, ask Hillary Clinton about it. It's one of the most important jobs in Washington, and he is someone that is fit for the job. I mean, just disappointment. I'm telling you guys, there's a reason why folks are excited about this, man. We need someone to change the FBA. I'm sorry, the FBI. We need someone to make transitions. We need change. Here is so deep. Oh my God, I just got chills from that. So listen, I was in the military. I used to serve as a medical logistic, 68 Juliet. And I'll tell you what, at the end of every quarter, we had to spend a specific budget. And our look how long I've been out. Our NCOs, they would tell us that, hey, we got to spend out this budget. We got to get these supplies, get the tourniquets, get the gauze, get the bandages, get as much of stuff as we need so we can do our field training. Okay, boom. Once we get everything we need for the field training and we find out that we still have a surplus of about $40,000, $30,000, guess what the military does? The Army doesn't send this money back, just like Kash Patel said. You can't send it back. You can, but they don't. It just becomes a culture of gluttony. So they tell you to spend it on BS. Order more tourniquets. Order more gauzes. Find a way to extend the field training. Excuses like this, instead of just actually creating a solution for the problem, we create more problems by having false solutions. And I believe that we're even spending, and I'm saying this because I was nowhere near on the level that Kash Patel is. But if I could see that as a specialist in the Army in 2015, I'm sorry. How is it that he would be wrong? How could he be wrong? He is 100% right. I've seen it at the small levels. So, of course, it's happening at the massive levels. The government has no problem with spending. They don't want to send the money back. And it is leading to massive debts. If anyone is a government employee, I'm sure that his words resonate with you. Man, I just love when we have these people that are put in positions of power and they say things that we can understand from my experiences and say, hey, this does need a solution. That's a real politician. They look at the problems that are here, even if we aren't aware that it's a problem, and they say there's a way that we can make this better. Man, this new administration is changing America for the better. They are creating a solution to problems, and God, it's time to be excited.
Anyway, the other thing that I put in the book that I recommended the boss to do hits on this. We need a 24/7 declassification office.
Yes.
Rolling papers out 24/7. And not just like JFK and not just 9/11. You're talking to the guy that's read the whole 9/11 report and those 7 pages that people talk about. But I believe, as like the guy who's an intel guy who believes wholeheartedly in the classified system of information, I believe that it has been over-abused by these corrupt officials in government to hide the truth and enact more corrupt activities. So what I told the boss was like, I don't care what you call it, truth and reconciliation, whatever, come up with a better name. But every agency and department literally submits all of their documentation. And I believe you could get half out. Half. I still think the other half needs to remain classified. I'll always argue that it does serve a purpose. But like you're seeing in these documents in the Jack Smith case, they're just redacting stuff that they lied about, that they broke the law. Mm-hmm. I mean,
now, it is interesting that he said he believes at least half should be classified still. So that makes me wonder. And for the viewers, I wonder if you wonder as well. Are there truths that Americans aren't ready to handle? Are humans as a whole? Is there information that the government has that we're just not ready to grasp, that we're not ready? Would it make us hate each other? Would it make us hate them? Like, what are the secrets that could be so great that make government officials to say, yeah, at least half. At least half. So he's saying by the bare minimum, half needs to be still classified. It's striking. But nonetheless, he's saying that he does want to cleanse up, unclassify a lot of the documentation. He said that they redact a lot of statements, even with the Jack Smith case. Most of the statements that's redacted in FBI, CIA, is just them pretty much lying. And the problem with this is the FBI and CIA has gotten so powerful that the system tries to defend itself. You don't have people trying to expose the system. There's supposed to be FBI and CIA agents that expose the system. Now the system has gotten so powerful that it exists without people. And I'm saying that because the system tries to defend itself. How is a system ran by people try to defend itself from people? That's what the FBI and CIA is. When they release this documentation and they redact statements, it's to prevent people from knowing the truth through their lies. Kash Patel is here to end that. Like I said, we're entering a new era.
Protect themselves.
And it's a public document in federal court, which is a document for the people of the United States. And we can have you run that office. You can come in and just be like, hey, I want all the Saudi documents.
I'll gladly do that. I'd be so happy.
So Luke will be the press secretary for the Libertarian Party.
The declassifying
the
documenter.
Viceroy of Declassification.
Absolutely, I like that.
There you go.
I'm in. Where do I sign up?
Yeah, but I think that's how you earn the respect.
Shut up,
like you
Luke.
said, Donald Trump started talking about these things. Then we started putting these documents out there. And remember when I ran Russiagate, right? They came after me and said, if you put out the Nunes memo and you put this out that you wrote, our enemies and our allies are going to get murdered.
So there's a reason. There's a reason why the media has been panicking the way they are. They can't afford for someone that's aware of how bad they've been treating us to get in power and hold them accountable. Kash Patel is the result of us being treated so bad for so many years and being targeted by the same system that's supposed to protect us. Patriots are now in control, and it couldn't have been a better time. Out of all the appointments, I believe this one is going to be one of the most impactful. I believe it might be the most impactful because of the FBI, it needs to be revised. And not just revised, it has to have a whole new target. It has to stop targeting its own citizens and start targeting real terrorists, real terrorism, real people that's committing treasonous acts. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I do see with Kash Patel, the new target of the FBI will end up being treason. For real, I could see treason being a hot topic of these years coming up. I could see the FBI to start targeting people that have committed treasonous acts against this country. I don't want to go too into detail. I got to find another platform to do so. But I believe this treasonous, the rumors of treason, the rumors of betraying the country, the rumors of the greed of putting your needs before the American people, I could see the FBI coming after them. I mean, look at the anger on the face of the people at the CNN right now. Look at how disgusted they are with Kash Patel. To sit here and say he's not qualified. How was Hillary Clinton qualified? Being Secretary of Defense. I don't care that she was the wife of the president. The real qualification, if Hillary Clinton is qualified, she's as qualified as him. It's just point blank, period. There's no way for them to cope beyond that. These people are afraid of losing their control. They're afraid of losing their greatest source to me, which is the FBI. It is a system that exists to arrest the enemies of the Democrat nation. Not the United States, because Democrats have their own nation now. You know how they say Texas can be their own state? Democrats have become their own nation. So Democrats have changed the FBI and used it as a system to defend their process, to defend their system. I believe Kash Patel is going to take that system away from them and hold it to prosecute those within it that kept it away from us. Hell, that's what I'm hoping to see. Because we cannot sit here and allow these people to constantly take away from our families, take away from our kids, take the foods out of our mouths just because they don't like what someone says. They don't like the colors that we wear. They don't like that we talk about freedom of speech and we use it to the fullest of its extent. No, I don't think that's cool. It downright pisses me off, and I am so freaking, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep my calm. Listen, I've been banned on apps. I've seen people banned. I've seen books get banned out of Barnes & Noble. And I'm sorry if this video is going too long. I'm just breaking this raw emotion, bro. We have been banned out of so many different systems and platforms, and they want us to be passive. It's impossible. It's impossible. We need to take the aggressive route. We need a Kash Patel to come in and clean this BS up. This is the worst it has ever been in America. I was just telling my brother, I fear of a future of my kids having to tell me, imagine this, a future of my kids, I don't have none yet, speaking to my unborns, telling me, Father, Dad, Pops, I need to move to China to be successful. And I know this sounds like a foreign concept to Americans, and it should, because we're the best damn country in the world. But imagine if it wasn't so foreign. Imagine your child, your grands, and your nieces tell you that they want to move to China for great opportunities, to the land of Beijing, because it's the new LA. We have to appoint people that's going to fight back. It's not the time to play passive no more. We played passive enough. Like I said, I keep referencing burning books because I'm a great studier of history. I love history so much. And to me, out of history, the most barbaric thing people have done, criminals, dictators, etc., have done in history is burn books. And literally after 2020, conservative books started getting freaking burned. I will never forget when I started seeing people pull out books out of Barnes and Noble and start burning them. I said, oh my God, America has finally reached that boiling point. It's been 4 years since I seen books burn in my country. I'm telling you guys, from someone that studied history, anytime a nation gets to the point of burning books, it is on the brink of destruction or it's only really been destroyed. That's how barbaric this country got. We got to get back to civilization. We got to get back to civilizing these niggas. It's time to hold them accountable. It's time to bring ICE to the streets. It's time to get rid of the illegal aliens. It's time to get rid of the false narratives that is creating a dangerous nation. There is no such thing as a liberal state. There are only liberal cities. And they just now lost Miami. I believe the rest of the the rest of the cities are about to follow. It's time to feel safe again. It's time to bring our books back. It's time to sit across the desk from a liberal and disagree without having to pull your weapons out. It's time to put the red hat back on and be able to be accepted anywhere in America. It's time to be able to have a MAGA hat and go on an airplane and people look the other way and don't think nothing about you. It's time to end the hate. It's time to end the division. It's time to push these people out. It's time to get retribution. It's time to get payback. It's time to click the like, comment, and subscribe button. And it's definitely time to click the notification button to stay updated. Hey, I appreciate all of you guys and the constant support. The view average has been going up. I can't say how thankful I am for this. And just doing these videos have gotten a lot easier, even being able to speak. You guys have been healing me. I used to have a problem with speaking with camera, I'm being honest. This entire ordeal has made it to where it's so much easier for me to speak, talk with you guys, and I feel like you're right there in front of me. Man, I never knew this was something I needed my whole life. And you guys are playing a major role in that. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for helping me decide who I am as a person and being more comfortable with myself and my speech. See you guys on the next one, man. Let's keep killing it. Break the next narrative. And as you can see, I have to take my dog out. He's pissed. So I got to take him out. Cyrus got to go. Take him out for the day. Use the restroom. Appreciate you guys. We're going to do it on the next one. To the next narrative. All right, Cyrus. Say bye.